You are now watching Zach Lesage, the best place to learn about competitive Pokemon TCG. Let's get it! What's poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Zach Lesage here. How's it going? We're going to be going over another Brilliant Stars deck profile, and this one's going to be on Suicune Ludicolo. So my pal Finn Lynch was able to come second place at Salt Lake City Regionals with this deck, and it's a deck that a lot of people didn't necessarily think was going to see success in our Brilliant Stars format. Well, little did they know it was going to come second at the Regionals. Really a surprising end. In this video, I'm going to be going over the deck list, explaining how it works, the strategy, gameplay, tips, tricks, more, everything that I can tell you about this deck. Finn's list is going to be in the description. Shout out to them. All credit goes to them for the list. So you can just copy and paste that into PTCGO, PTCG Live. If you're trying to pick up any of the cards for this deck, go to PTCGOstore.com, plug in code ZLesage5 to save 5% on your next order. You can go to AtlasCollectibles.com, plug in code ZLesage8 to save 8% off your physical TCG cards for that. And you could also pick up a coaching session from me at metafy.gg/@ZachLesage. I'd love to help you on your journey. Maybe you're getting ready for your regionals and internationals, your next online event. I can totally help you out there and really help you on your Pokemon journey. That being said, hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you like about this video. Let me know exactly, just spark a discussion. Let's just talk about it, boost the YouTube algorithm. Anyways, let's jump into that deck. Let's see exactly what's going on. So here we have the Suicune Ludicolo deck, and Suicune's all about using its Blizzard Rondo attack. So 20 damage plus 20 damage for each bench Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponent. The thing that's always held Suicune back is that you can only control your bench, and you can minimally control your opponent's bench. When I say minimally, you can't necessarily tell them to play Pokemon down, otherwise Blizzard Rondo would be doing a lot more damage. We do have Echoing Horn to force them to have one of their discarded Pokemon and put that onto their bench that could be used as a plus 20, but we can control Ludicolo's Enthusiastic Dance, allowing our basic Pokemon to do 100 more damage. So we can go Rare Candy from Lotad into Ludicolo and really make that count. We have our Drizzile that we can use to search out things like Rare Candy or other pieces necessary. And of course we have Melony to accelerate energies onto our Suicune V. You could also attack with things such as Inteleon or with Ludicolo after the help of attaching an energy and using Raihan, or maybe just naturally powering it up twice, because it's good to go a single prize card in the mix. I like to go Suicune, Suicune, single prize card, Suicune, maybe not in that particular order, but I do like to throw my opponent 7 prize cards up whenever possible. Cross Switchers allows us to kind of create these awesome turns with using the 2 Inteleon. No quick shooting in this deck. You could search out a lot of pieces, like maybe you already have a Cross Switcher and you're searching out the other Cross Switcher and a Rare Candy, so you go Ludicolo and make a huge Blizzard Rondo play. There's a lot of really cool things going on with this deck. I think this deck is often misunderstood, and it's really cool to play out. So again, list is in the description. Shout out to Finn Lynch, Daniel Lynch for coming second with the deck. And let's jump into some gameplay. Not entirely sure how many games we're going to get to, but I really just want to show how the strategy of this deck works. Alright, we're going to call that coin flip, and we won the coin flip. So in this case, we could always build up an energy, build up our Pokemon so we have access to Drizzile. I do like to go first often with this deck whenever possible. It's also fine to go second because in a lot of ways you can go Melony turn 1, but there's nothing that's guaranteed. I do like starting Sobble more often than not. The reason why I like starting Sobble is because we have so many of them, whereas Lotads are more important to have onto the bench. So we're going to start with the Sobble there. Also, if anything happens, we have access for Keep Calling, we have access to Lotad, all that kind of good stuff. And we don't necessarily want to be going like crazy out of our hand or anything else like this. So I do think I want to start off by going Quick Ball away and Ultra Ball. Part of me is just like, actually maybe I'm just going to go Level Ball here, search for another Sobble because I assume that something's going to get knocked out. Maybe with a Meloetta, so let's go like that. Our opponent can't play Boss's Orders and everything else in the same turn, so I am going to go Quick Ball away this Ultra Ball, search our deck for a Suicune V. Probably should have searched through the deck a little bit more, but that's one of those things that we can get through on our next search. We do have that Level Ball next turn. We haven't gone really too much, and we're just going to go past here. Our goal next turn is to start attacking with Blizzard Rondo. Mew plays a lot of basic Pokemon down on their bench, so we might be able to take a quick 2 prize cards here and there and really set the pace of this game. As long as we just like play around the Mew deck carefully, and I mean, simply going for Escape Rope, we could take away this Pokemon. It looks like they might not have much going on here. Or maybe they're just trying to thin their hand out. That's a really weird first card to play out of their hands. I'm not entirely sure why, but I'm not the one who's piloting it at all. So we'll see. It looks like they're going to be able to draw a bunch of cards. You can see that our Blizzard Rondos quickly being able to do more damage, the 20 plus 20 for each of the bench Pokemon. and they're just continuously, looks like they're searching for more and more bench Pokemon. So that's a full bench on their side. That's going to be doing 100 damage base there, 100, like just so much damage. So we should be able to take some quick prize cards on their Pokemon. And even if they just send up a Meloetta, we should be okay to go for even for some double Ludicolo turns. So it's really interesting to see this deck kind of clap back into the metagame, especially with Mew being at its height. If our Sobble doesn't get knocked out here, we have a really cool turn going on where we could search for we could just search for a lot of stuff. We could go Drizzile, search for Inteleon, search for Rare Candy Inteleon. Like there's cool stuff that we could do. So let's see what our opponent's gonna do. Just trying some more cards. Cool. Again, we're hoping that they do not find an Elsa's Sparkle, because Elsa's Sparkle means they can attack us turn 1 with Melodious Echo. Even though it's only one prize card, it can be a little bit scary. And just 2 cards left. Come on. Fingers crossed. No Cramomatic. No, no Elsa's Sparkle. Feed us the Meloetta. We would love to take a freebie prize card here. Okay, it looks like we're chilling here. We did find another level ball, so that's awesome. So with our first level ball, we want to go ahead, search through our deck, and actually search through our deck for Drizzile. See if there's anything. Like we prize a Suicune, not a big deal. We have our Cross Switcher pieces. We have some energies. When it comes down to it, I think we want to just go Drizzile here. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure what we want to get because there are quite a few pieces that we might just struggle with in general. Like we can go... right now we're doing how much damage? We're doing 20 damage for each bench Pokemon. So 1, 2, 3, plus 20. Yeah, so we are doing 180 to a Mew. So we're going to evolve here first before we do Scoop Up Net because we want to get double access to our options. Let's go ahead, do this. Yes. And our options are like a little bit difficult. We got to go choose something. I think we want to go for Evolution Incense so that we can maybe grab like a piece or something that allows us to get things. We still have access to Fleet-Footed, so that's something that I'm heavily considering here as well. I am just going to go for the Evolution Incense, and I'm going to say let's roll with it. We should be good to go for it. So let's go Evolution Incense, boom. Let's go ahead and I think we have to go Scoop Up Net here onto the Drizzile first. Let's put this down. There's no reason for this not to put that down. And I'm just trying to see if there's a way for us to thin our hand out. Like we could go for the Drizzile immediately, but I think what we want to go for here is we do not need this level ball. I think what we want to be doing for is searching for another Sobble. Sobble sounds like a great choice for us overall. And before we put that down, we want to go Fleet-Footed. We might want to go Rare Candy and Inteleon. A lot of people might try to do that. This can determine what we're choosing for, and if we get one of the pieces that we were searching for, we can complete the combo. So let's go Fleet-Footed. So we did not get what we were looking for. That's going to be the really unfortunate part because we can't discard a Water Energy in our discard pile and make everything happen this turn. So I think what we're trying to do now is put down this. There's no reason for us to go all full everything mode. And let's just get set up whenever possible with this Drizzile. If there's anything else that we're really searching for, I really cannot determine. I think that we just took a big miss against our opponent's deck. But let's just get set up with some options here now. I think we do need to go for another Quick Ball and try to get something else down. I don't really want to discard anything from this hand. It is quite difficult for us. But we're just kind of stuck here for the foreseeable future. Maybe if we just put a Cape of Toughness on this active Pokemon, it's better. So let's go Cape of Toughness. We really needed one more Sobble down on our first turn. So let's go ahead and pass here overall. We need to hope that the Suicune V is just not going to get knocked out by a Mew VMAX, a Meloetta. And I mean, it easily could happen. It's one of those things where this deck can miss. It's one of the reasons why it's very combo heavy. It's also incredibly hard to play. I'm honestly thinking back through my whole turn. Maybe I should have held onto that Quick Ball and only played the Suicune down when I had opportunities to go Melony or something like that. Sometimes you're going to have the right pieces, sometimes you're not. Looks like our opponent's continuously burning through. Maybe they have a kind of clogged hands is the way that it looks like it's playing out for them. They're wasting a lot of trainer cards and a lot of things that might be difficult. They've already wasted a switch and escape rope since they're playing Fog Crystal. I assume that they're not playing many double turbos. We might be able to just cross switch our opponent out of this game. So our opponent right now, oh, Leon Mew, interesting. I wasn't necessarily expecting that. So right now they're doing plus 90, so they'd be able to get the knockouts, or I guess it's plus 70. Yeah, I guess they're just burning through everything, really trying to find that Mew VMAX. If they do get the knockout here, it is going to be quite an expensive knockout, and you can see they've wasted 2 escape rope, 2 switches. I might just try to bring up their Genesect for the rest of the game and go through a unique way to win this game. But it looks like we're going to see the Mew VMAX coming down from our opponent, or I guess, yeah, really interesting overall. I'm surprised the way that they've played this one out. Or just more curious about how their list actually ends up looking like. But we'll have to see how it goes. I think like what's safe to say is that our Suicune is getting knocked out ASAP. So this might be a big turn for us. Let's see if we can make this happen. So first and foremost, we're going to be setting up this Drizzile. Us getting an Evolution Incense and another Evolution Incense tells me that we should be able to get some good stuff going on. So let's go for Inteleon. You can see we have the other Inteleon as well. We have access to other Suicunes. Let's try to turn this into a knockout back to back. So let's go Inteleon here. And I think really the first step is going to be going for, yes, we want to be going for a Capacious Bucket, and we want to be going for a Quick Ball because we need to get those in there. We can also just go with our other Evolution Incense, and we have another Scoop Up Net. It's a little bit tough because I don't want to lose the rare candies, but I mean, it is what it is. Let's go like this, Capacious Bucket, discarding, or grabbing those 2 water energies. We're going to go Quick Ball here, and we're going to search our deck for Suicune V. Now, we have opportunities to maybe just search for a Drizzile not wasting a rare candy, or maybe we could just go ahead and go Scoop Up Net or something like that. It's something that's really like difficult to choose. We do need to get a Melony, we do need to get a Scoop Up Net. I think we need multiple pieces. So let's go for Evolution Incense, and we're going to search our deck for another Inteleon. We'd have another Evolution Incense in our deck, no more Ultra Balls or anything else like that, so we are going to go for the Inteleon. I think I might have changed 1 cards out of Finn's list now that I think about it, because I do like Ultra Ball a lot. I'm not entirely sure, I'll have to recheck it back out. But you can also just go Rare Candy into Inteleon and make these gigantic turns happen. So even if we aren't necessarily like winning this game, I think we're in a pretty good spot. So Scoop Up Net's really one of the cards that we need, and the other card that we need is Melony too. So let's go ahead, Scoop Up Net, Melony, and before we go with anything else, I think it's much better for us to maybe go Melony. Like if we Scoop Up Net, we're gonna have too many cards. If we go Melony, we can't use Rose Tower, it's whatever. Let's use Melony there, accelerated some energies, cool. Let's go Rare Candy onto the Inteleon. Sending this up. And now we're able to go and go Drizzile here, and we should be able to get enough to get the knockout if I've done my math correctly. Before we do anything else, we should also just use Fleet-Footed. Do not forget about Fleet-Footed. I'm trying to think here if there's anything else. Our Pokemon are doing, I think we might actually be one off, unfortunately. This might just be like me crashing and burning playing this deck out, and if so, we'll just jump into another game. And right now we're doing 20 for each bench Pokemon, so 20, 120, 300. Yeah, we're gonna be a little bit short here because we're just gonna go like this. And you can see like this deck can, like, if you got basic Pokemon out, it's great. If you don't, it's not great. So this game's totally gonna be a crash and burn game. And it's just like missing a few things here or there. I mean, could I have sequenced it a little bit better? It's quite possible. I did feel like we were missing out on a few things, but we are going to be able to use the Enthusiastic Dance, and that's how Enthusiastic Dance works. You can see it's all about hitting numbers, and we did not hit the numbers. We hit 300 damage. So we're going to tell our opponent, well played. We're going to concede this game, and we're going to move on to another game. Alright, so we lost the coin flip this time, and I think our goal is just to really stay on point with what we have access to. I think we struggled a lot in the last game to getting out extra Pokemon and missing some of the sequence parts, so let's really focus on it. We have a lot of Pokemon to choose from. I think my best case scenario here is to actually start with Sobble, since we are going second. I do like to keep calling. We do have access to Suicune. We have access to all these cool things. And I think we're just rolling here. I'm not sure if our opponent's playing Shadow Rider, if they just have the Shadow Rider deck box. Very much going to be a fire type deck, so somehow we ran into a very favorable matchup. I would be surprised if they scoop this one up. And yeah, we'll definitely take some freebie prize cards. Type advantage is huge in Pokemon. It's not always going to be lucky for us, but we'll see. I mean, so far it could be really good. So I think our first step is to just go like this, attach there. I'm going to put the Lotads down. I'm going to put down Suicunes in case they knock. I think we just want to have the one Suicune down right now, and I want to have double Lotad. Maybe double Lotad was a bit much for this game, but I am just going to go for a keep calling and get out some more Sobbles. Double checking through the deck, we can see exactly what we have left here. Awesome. So our goal here is to make sure that we have access to Drizzileable Pokemon, and we do have that. If our opponent decides to knock at the Suicune V, we can always drop the Suicune V. Attaching a Water Energy and using Keep Calling or Call for Family first does allow us to have that energy in the discard pile for Melony. So even though we are playing against a favorable matchup, it is one of those things where our game is a little bit more on point. Our opponent, it looks like it's going pretty well for them. We do have to factor in that they have 330 HP. Which works out to basically us needing to do 160s damage worth of anything. And our hand, I don't know if it's better or not. They now have 350 HP. We're kind of close, and I think that's something that we will just figure out as we go on. So let's send up the Sobble and see what we can do here. I think first step first is for us to go Level Ball. I think that's great first step. Let's go Level Ball for Drizzile. And this will allow us to go for Drizzile. We go Rare Candy into an Inteleon because we want to have those huge explosive turns where we're able to go for things. So you can see that we have the Evolution Incense, we have the Inteleons. We will need multiple cards in order to pull this off. So let's go Evolution Incense. We want to grab the Inteleon because we can go Rare Candy into the Inteleon. And this is really one of those like weird cases for us where I think we need to go for a Melony and a Quick Ball. We will get 3 cards off the Melony and 1 card off of whatever the Fleet-Footed is, but we have to try to go for this, and we're a little bit off. So let's go Quick Ball away the Lotad because we don't need 3. Let's grab out our Suicune V. Considering we have to retreat first, there's no reason for us not to retreat first. We do need to get that energy in the discard pile to make Melony happen. I am going to go for Fleet-Footed. I don't really see a reason for us not to use Fleet-Footed yet. So let's go ahead there. That Scoop Up Net is huge for us because that does get us another piece. And if we find an energy, I think we're just able to destroy this Pokemon. And I'll explain why in a second. So there's that. I think we actually missed the knockouts again. So if we go Scoop Up Net here onto this Drizzile, like we want to get the attack off at the very least. I think that's something that's really important. We can go ahead and grab like a Capacious Bucket. If we just got an energy or a Rare Candy there, or like let's say if we got like one of the pieces, we could have Drizziled for the other one. We're just like a little bit like outside of this game. So let's go Capacious Bucket. Unfortunately, our draws are just like a little bit cold, and that's something that can definitely happen with this deck. So let's go like that. We could put another Suicune down. I don't think we want to. It does make it a little bit awkward for us. So let's go ahead like this, attach the other energy. We are going to put Cape of Toughness, so we are able to get past that max victory, or at least fingers crossed, hope that we can. Let's go Sobble down so we actually have access to things if we need to go around anything else. And we should have an okay turn. Let's go Blizzard Rondo. Again, a little bit short of that because our opponent's not benching anything. If we got the Rare Candy into the Ludicolo, our Enthusiastic Dance would have been able to knock them out. but I think so far our opponent's playing this one out pretty correctly by not overly benching. And I mean, fingers crossed that they have no way around this Cape of Toughness and we're able just to go for a 2-shot and then eventually just like 1-shot our opponent. I know it's not necessarily the best matchup for them, but they are playing this really correctly. Oh, I'm not sure why they passed there. Yeah, I guess they're just going to concede because they don't really have much else that they can do. We take those. Well, that's what we got going on for this video today. As you can see, Ludicolo plays a pivotal part of this deck, and it's quite important to make it happen with Enthusiastic Dance to hit those numbers. In some cases, you are going to be able to hit those numbers with Enthusiastic Dance, and you'll see in the Mew matchup how you could just be 10 damage short. This deck requires an immense amount of planning throughout your turns, and when you understand how to play this deck a little bit more, and I think it's something that I could even like learn to pick up a few strats here and there. I'm probably going to rewatch through the Salt Lake City stream, watch how Finn played it out, because obviously they know what they're doing with that deck. It is one of those things where I often question myself, could I have made it happen? Because there's a lot of actions with Scoop Up Nets and stuff like that. So even though that I do feel like I'm very good at sequencing, it's probably just getting a little bit more comfortable with this deck overall. I am going to be playtesting Saturday at Atlas Collectibles in person, so if you're in the area, by all means, stay tuned and come by, say hi, hang out. But it is one of those things where I think the deck's incredibly difficult to play. It's incredibly combo heavy, and sometimes you are just going to miss. I think in a lot of those games, like even the Victini game, I felt like I played very well, and I just missed that damage. I know my opponent just conceded, and it wasn't necessarily a great matchup for them, but it shows you like what this deck can and can't do when you are playing through it. So keep that in mind as you do play through it. This deck is not easy. It is cheap though. It is incredibly cheap, and you can make it a little bit cheaper by going to PTCGO store.com, plugging code ZLSH5 to save 5% on your next order of codes. I do believe there's even like a Suicune deck for free in PTCG Live. I could be wrong. So this would be a great way to enhance upon that. Go to atlascollectibles.com, plug in code ZLSH8, save 8% on your order of Pokemon TCG singles. And if you are looking to learn this deck or any other deck, by all means, feel free to hit me up on metafi.gg/adzaclasage. We can always help you grow on your Pokemon journey there, so check it out. That being said, I appreciate everyone checking out this Brilliant Stars deck profile. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. I'll catch up with all y'all later. Peace out and have a great day. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It means the world to me. And my goal with this channel is to spread my love of the game and knowledge with our entire Pokemon TCG community. If you haven't already, help signal boost this video to other Pokemon TCG fans by liking it, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Hopefully we reach our goals really soon. Check out this recommended video and have yourself a great day. Thanks.